And hello everybody, welcome to another Valley stream of where I'm going to be bothfully stumbling my way through some more Agatha Christie, Hercule Poirot, the first cases, and we're now near the end. So I hope you're all having a great time. Ah, there we go. I do have my laptop up so I can actually see the stream as well. Even if it's a piece of crap, but it's still a laptop that does most of the job well. So last time, things certainly got kicked off. We found out that a lot of people have been lying. We also found out who the blackmailer is. It is Margix, whatever the feck her name is. Where is she? Where is she? Margie, where's Marge? There she is. Her. It was her. And so far it's working. It's a little behind, but it works. But yeah. Marge is the blackmailer. She used all the girls that she was looking after, got them hired into big jobs, and they've snooped around and found information. So yeah. Inge found out about the whole secret that Angeline is actually the Major's daughter, and Marge used that information to blackmail the family. Quite shocking. Dun dun dun. So the trouble with the laptop is I don't actually have that much room on the table, so it's kind of in the way. But I could put it on a chair, but you never know when a certain cat may come in and just go meow and sit on the chair. But yeah, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. I hope you're all doing great. In fact, I am going to put this on the chair. It's going to be so much easier on me. That will help me more in general. In case of any technical issues, I can just suddenly look over and go, oh, okay. And it's easier to update myself on any stream stuff. So yeah, last time things certainly went down. And now we have a score to settle with the damn head servant man himself, Mr. Fuppin Archibald, the most incompetent, or is he an actual genius? Could he be the killer? Or one of the masterminds? Or is he working with the killer? So yeah, he told us the phone only stopped working last night or so. But it's been down the whole weekend. Dun dun dun. I only just noticed I got some I'm staring at the fucking name. Say it about hand gel. Hand sanitizer, there we go. Yeah, I don't think he's the killer, personally. But he's definitely working with the killer. And Fuppin trying to make our job fucking harder. And he has made it harder, even though he goes, oh yeah, I'm going to help you. And he does everything but help. He's Fuppin made our life Fuppin miserable. Well, he hasn't made our life miserable, but he's definitely made the job of a detective twice as hard as it is. It looks like Elizabeth is on her way to see me. But at such a late hour?
Mademoiselle, what a pleasure to see you.
Hey, Whiskey Wush, welcome to the stream. It's going great. I've only just started the stream about a few minutes ago. And we're getting into more of the last few chapters of the game, so things are going to be hotting up. But I've been quite enjoying this. It's really good. Lots of drama, and it just pretty much feels like an actual real case that would happen in the books. Because I think all this is an original thing.
Detective,
It is a rather late hour to be wandering the halls.
Let's let her speak.
Oh, yes. Of course. I do not feel myself, Detective.
If that is the case, you should be resting. Allow me to help.
No, that's quite all right. I will see to my duties and return to bed.
Sus. Well, Elizabeth, what's going on? Don't tell me it was you.
Lizzie, excuse me, Elizabeth. Lady Van den Bosch has been waiting for some time now.
Oh?
Oh, yes. Sorry. Detective Poirot was just
I'll see to the detective. You just head on up. Off you go.
I don't like you. I don't like you.
Good night, Detective.
See ya, Elizabeth. I haven't actually seen you around much in the mansion. What have you been up to?
Mademoiselle.
Elizabeth is sending that herself. I thought the death of the Major had brought up uncomfortable memories of her beloved Luke. But it may be something else. Uh-oh. Is it Luke or Luke? Luke.
I'm sorry about her, Detective. As you can see, she is still not back to her usual bubbly self.
Oh, poor Elizabeth. It looked like Elizabeth wanted to say something to us. She was on her way to meet us.
This weekend seems to have taken quite a toll on her.
Well, I mean, I imagine it would do on any normal person here. And Elizabeth, I'm pretty sure, is a normal person that's not strictly involved. Watch that bite me in the arse later. I seriously don't think Elizabeth's guilty at all. But that could just be a ploy, because she was also in the prologue, so... who knows? So yeah, this would take a toll on everyone.
She'll be right as rain in a couple of days. Now, what can I help you with?
How about telling me the truth?
As if by magic you appeared when needed. I would like to speak with you and the remaining staff. If you could gather them in the staff pantry.
At this hour, Detective? Is that really necessary?
Dude, there's a killer running around. Yes.
I shall be the one that determines what is and what is not necessary, and this is very much the former.
As you wish, Detective. I'll see if Inge has finished preparing for breakfast.
And Mademoiselle Rihanna?
Yes, of course. I'll fetch her from the kitchen. Elizabeth may be some time with the lady of the house. Perhaps you'd like to start with us?
Very well. I shall speak with Mademoiselle Elizabeth when her duties are complete.
While I am gathering the staff, Mr. Beckers is in the library. If you wish to join him, I could bring you both a nightcap.
I wish to keep a clear head, but there is something I wish to discuss with Monsieur Beckers.
Oh, we get to talk to Beckers about his dealings or lack thereof with the sofa without being disturbed. And he said that... okay, so I thought I saw something under the clock then. No. Library, that was on the top floor? Oh, it was here, so it's right here. Sorry, my bad. It was middle floor. I don't know why I thought the top floor. Wait, where is he? There he is. Oh, hold on. Oh no, wait, hold on, never mind. That's just the mystery novels. We don't have time for those.
Monsieur Beckers, it is rather late. The other guests have already retired to their rooms.
From the sounds of it, it sounds like morning's approaching.
I didn't even see the time. It's easy to lose oneself in a library this impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That is something we can agree on, monsieur.
I suppose I should be heading.
Oh wow, the background's quite blurry. What is that with that type of field?
A moment, monsieur. There are some
And yeah.
matters that we must discuss.
Oh, what is it, Detective?
I did not realize your relationship with Conrad was so business-oriented.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Her proposal to make you somewhat of a star, a figurehead for the working man. What would you call that?
There was certainly no talk of making me a star. That is not the type of man I am. She wanted to write a piece on my work with the union, and I was happy to oblige.
Mature Beckers has always appeared to have the worker intentions at the forefront of his decisions, but perhaps the thought of being remembered for something great was too much for him to pass up. Sus. I was wondering, why did your speech go the way you expected?
My speech? I'm not sure what speech.
You may save your false ramblings for your next audience. I am aware you spoke with the Major yesterday.
Whoever told you that has it wrong, Detective.
Uh-huh.
Please, monsieur. The truth.
Okay, fine. Yes, the Major and I spoke, but it was not for long.
Uh-huh. Go on, what was the main of your conversation? From my understanding, it was not a light-hearted chat.
I was trying to convince him to speak with Ernesto. It's time we brought the strikes to an end.
Why?
And that was best approached by a shouting match?
He wouldn't listen to a word I said. I spent so long preparing how I was going to convince him, but men like him are only swayed by one thing: money.
Because he's not wrong. Had he tried to grease the Major's palms, perhaps he would have been more successful. Yeah, because the Major's a fucking scumbag. Hey, not rest in peace because he's a scumbag. Also, murder's wrong, everyone. Don't resort to murder.
It is said that money is the root of all evil, but it can also be a rather powerful bargaining chip.
Well, he was bargaining with people's lives. If he had acted sooner, none of those men, my men, would have to die.
The Major oversaw security at the factories. Could he have done more to stop the strikes from turning violent? I think the Major was the one behind of why the strike did go violent. He did some planning of turning a protest into it a very violent thing. That is what I'm thinking. It's one of these cases where you do not sympathise with this victim at all. Sucks that somebody died, but he's a scumbag, so... Scumbags, why you don't kill them? Scumbags get what's coming for them, but don't duck up too cool them. Fucking out, people. Who did it though, I wonder? I don't think it was Becker's either. He would have left more of a mess about it. I understand De Silva had prepared a deal.
A deal? It was an insult.
And that is why you did not sign it?
I didn't sign it because the workers deserve so much more, not his pathetic attempts to get them back to work.
I mean, from what we read about that deal thing, it didn't sound good at all.
Did you think there was a chance for a better deal to be made?
Remember the reason they're on strike?
I know there was. He's a pompous swine that cares for only himself and filling his pockets.
But apparently he's barely breaking even. I'm sure I heard that description of De Silva before, or at least something similar. Oh, push on Jacqueline's influence over Hugo. So, who's there ever does everyone think that killed the scumbag Major? Major Arseface, that's his name. I remembered it, it's Arseface. That's what I used to call him, when he was alive. I should be more respectful for the dead. We're trying to figure out who killed him. And may he rest in peace.
Mademoiselle Conrad can be quite convincing, can she not?
She has certainly taken several wealthy business partners by surprise with her knowledge and prowess. She knows how to use her womanly powers to get what she wants.
Are you saying she... I don't know.
But she did not surprise or use you?
Saying she used her charm on men?
Me? Used me? Don't be ridiculous, detective. There were no games played at my expense.
Beckers is quite a way with words and is a fan of his own thoughts. Perhaps I should allow him the opportunity to speak and open up without too much interruption and forceful. Suggestive. I'm sure many have been persuaded by her feminine prowess.
Perhaps some.
Oh,
but
what?
I'm not
No?
so easily manipulated or simple-minded.
You claim that you refused De Silva's deal as it was not adequate for your men?
And I stand by that. It was an insult.
I'm failing horribly here.
You to make such a decision on your own.
Oh, there we go. That was a delay. Are you prepared to take responsibility for your actions, or lack thereof? Your job is to support the workers, but nothing you've done has got them any closer to the result you promised. Definitely the bottom one.
I may not be perfect, but I've done everything I can.
Mm-hmm.
Your efforts fell short in every respect. You claim to be the voice of the people, but you care about no one's voice or benefits but your own.
Ouch.
It's not as easy as just signing a piece of paper, detective. It is a heavy weight to bear on one's shoulders. I consulted with others.
You yourself spoke of Mademoiselle Conrad's cunning in business.
And I told you, I was not one of her targets.
Tell me then, what was it she reminded you of? The acclaimed man of the people you would be known as if you pushed the factory owners for more?
It wasn't like that at all.
What was it like then? Come on, spill the beans.
From where I am standing, it was she that was manipulating the terms of the deal, and you in the process.
So he was just basically the middleman of it. The process just went through him.
You were merely her pawn.
Exactly, that.
Okay, yes, I know. I shouldn't have listened to her. But what else could I do? Remain an unknown my whole life? I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt.
It may not have been your intention, but we both know the result. You rolled the dice with those men's lives for fame, and you lost.
Those poor people. Pardon my intrusion, but are you from a large family?
What does that have to do with anything?
I have often wondered about the competition siblings face in a large family.
When you're young, it is the best feeling to know you have family that will stand by you, without even being asked. It is not until everyone starts carving their own path that you realize you're walking yours solo, and those that were beside you are now miles away. My other brothers were the athletes of the family. They both played soccer, and were the infatuation of every teenage girl. I'm sure you have seen the type.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oui, monsieur.
Oh, so it's football.
But I can assure you that was not I.
It's football, not soccer, damn it. We're not in America.
Then there was me. Quiet, timid, a shadow of the Becker brothers. My voice and very presence was forgotten and ignored. Nothing I could say or do would ever reach the bar they had set. But I always knew I was destined for great things. Years passed, and now that I no longer stood in the colossal ombre of my brothers, I could become my own man. When the position of union leader was posted, it was my chance to finally be heard. You hear politicians speak of the little or the common man? Well, that was me. And I knew what we wanted and what we needed. When I spoke, others listened. I held their gaze with a sense of pride, a sense that what I was doing was for the greater good. It was supposed to be my crowning achievement, lead the men to victory over the money-grabbing oppressors. But instead, all I did was lead them to their deaths.
Monsieur, it was not at your hands that these men died. The blame cannot lie solely on your shoulders. Those responsible will be punished for their crimes. That you must trust.
Yeah, we must remember Beckers isn't the one that led those men to their death specifically. He was just the one in charge of the strikes when some other people came round and thought, let's kill them because it went, finger quote, violent. And the Major was behind that. So, we're done with Beckers now. And we don't have anything else to do? Maybe is this anything in here? Anything at all?
Oh.
No. There's a book here.
Aha.
Aha, it's a woman's. Oh, okay. Well, I think we're done in here. There's no link and we exhausted the dialogue options for him. While speaking with Bickers was not the reason for me being up at this hour, he was able to fill in some of the blanks regarding the Major, but not in getting any closer to discovering his killer. Perhaps the staff living quarters will. Okay, so where's the living quarters? Was it down? I'm assuming it's downstairs. Let me just reposition myself. There we go. Because I don't think we've ever been over here. No, I don't think we've been into the staff quarters the whole game. So we're going to change that right now. That was a quiet that I've ever heard. A decent supply of logs. I just hope the staff will also get to make use of them with this weather. I would hope so. I can't imagine Angeline being one of those that wouldn't let them use it. Cassandra definitely would be like, yeah. They're a few days old and do not hold a candle as to what has transpired here this weekend. Well, I'll be surprised if the newspaper did. Okay, so we gotta investigate the staff pantry, the living quarters. And they all live together. Wait, men and women live here. Is the music just suddenly gone super quiet? Let's turn my headphones up. A war meadow that I assume must belong to the Major. What's he doing here? That's a clue, right? What's he doing here? Oh, cupboard. There does not seem to be anything of interest in here. Oh, hammock. It looks so poor in here. Like, it looks like it's all run down and ready to break. I'm glad I'm a guest of the house. I'm not sure how well I would sleep in such a contraption. Wait, is that actually someone's bed? There's not that many stuff here, is there? There's like 6 beds here. I can barely name... I don't think there's 6 staff members here. Because you got Archibald, Elizabeth, Inge, and the chef. There's 4, right? There's not... It's just there's 4... Does Archibald sleep in this? Oh, abandoned clothes. Abandoned? Oh. A rather luxurious jacket. The initials read FH. Felix Hagen. Are these scruffy boots his as well? Why would they be left here though? Wait. Why is all the major stuff in here? The items I found are most intriguing and require an explanation that I believe only the staff can give. I shall meet them in the pantry.
Detective, what can we do for you?
I would definitely like to know everything going on here, boy.
You can help me by telling the truth, and in the process, help yourselves.
Sorry, Detective. It's a bit late in the night for riddles.
It is no riddle, monsieur. If I do not receive the truth, you shall all be charged as accessories to murder.
Detective, I think maybe you have been locked in this house for too long. We have already...
You have told me a version, and now I require honesty.
Oh, yes. Let's start with him. Let's get to the good stuff.
Is there anything you would like to add to your story?
I'm not sure what you think I have done, Detective.
Let us not string out this charade any longer.
Indeed. Let's start with the telephone call, shall we?
From his associate. I've already told you, Detective. I don't know who it was.
Do not worry yourself on such details now. I suppose they were lucky to have called when they did. Otherwise, they may not have gotten through at all, with the telephone lines being down as of yesterday.
Aye, Detective. Lucky, I guess.
I like this model of how he's like, he doesn't look honest at all. He's no fool. I believe he's aware I suspect him of something. Perhaps some carefully worded questions or that are needed for him to slip up. You were last to see the Major alive when you bought him the bottle of whiskey in his study, correct?
Whiskey?
You took a bottle of whiskey to the Major. You spoke with Monsieur Demire en route.
Aye, of course. It was a bottle he picked up from his last visit to Scotland. Rather smoky number from the Highlands. He was saving it for a worthy occasion. Drowning his sorrows must have been fitting enough.
At first he does not remember about it all, and as if by magic he recalls the exact details.
Or was it the one from the West Coast? You'll have to excuse my memory, Detective. It's not what it used to be.
I am sussed. Can you explain about the medal?
Oh, you found it. Thank you, Detective. I've been looking everywhere for it.
Clearly.
If I had lost a war medal, I would not stop until I found it.
It's not what you think. I was...
Exploiting a dead man's military achievements for your own personal gain?
Nothing of the sort. He asked me to clean them up. I must have dropped it into my pocket when I was putting them back.
Never have I heard such a pathetic excuse to explain a stolen item in one's possession. I would expect a better life from an infant. Damn, Archibald, you suck horribly. If he voiced that, yeah, would have been a sick burn. I cannot claim to be an expert, but I would assume a medal like that would be of quite some value.
I wouldn't know. Probably.
Your father was in the military for many years. That is what you told me.
Oh, so you would know about it.
He was.
And your family still keep his medals?
They were sold.
And why was that, monsieur?
Is my family on trial now, Detective?
Only you, monsieur. And I repeat my question.
Because we needed money.
Voila.
Thank you. We know you did it. Sterling was well aware of the medal's value when it found its way into his belongings. You claim the Major asked you to clean his medals for display purposes?
No. He keeps them safe with some of his old military documentation.
Is that a typical job for the head butler?
He trusts me to do a good job. I told him I used to clean my father's, so he asked me to do the same.
And where does he keep these items?
In the storage room. I know where everything is, so it's just easier if I fetch them for him as and when he needs them.
I don't remember any military stuff in the storage room either, Poirot. Oh, another storage room? Perhaps it is a big house. There could be multiple storage rooms in a place like this. Maybe the secret room that we heard about? Dun dun dun. So are you happy living here?
It's certainly better than my last.
You are paid a fitting wage for the work that is asked of you?
I'm sure the lady of the house would not want me discussing it, but I should not complain.
That is not the most convincing answer, monsieur.
Between you and I, we all work very hard here, and it would be nice if we were rewarded for it.
I mean, that is true. I do believe in this. People who work hard should earn what they've done. It seems Sterling is trying to convince me, as he has himself, that his light-fingered actions are justifiable due to the petite wage he receives for his honest work.
Please don't go anywhere. If I require more information, I shall call on you again.
Rightio. So just wait there. I've got some thinking to do. Like some real thinking. Whoops. Right.
This will not get me any... Come, my little...
Come on, there's 3. I'm a failing on this.
I cannot see the logic.
I need something. Okay, I'm way off the margin. Hold on, did these two go together?
Things are beginning to become clearer.
Apparently so. The theory that the Major had been cured during dinner was nothing but a ruse. Why are the staff covering for the real time of death? That is sus, isn't it?
Order and method.
Hold on, sorry. That was nothing to do with Elizabeth. Why did I click that?
What a revelation!
So, when Hugo said he saw the Major outside, it wasn't the Major, it was someone pretending to be Major. The Major would not have left such a fine coat in the staff area, but someone must have worn it. Archibald. He's the only one that would get away with that. And...
I must take a different...
I know it's gotta be the one at Booch, surely, right?
Is there something...
One at Boots and Madame plays fair law?
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
Okay. I should have known at first glance these belonged to a member of the staff, but who?
Is there something...
Okay, it's not okay.
Another success. I never doubted myself.
Of course, because someone was disguising himself. A staff member dressed in the Major's clothes and took his position out in the snow for the guests to see? Why would they do this? Yeah. So we're thinking it's either Rihanna or Archibald. I think it's Archibald because he's a... Makes sense for him to do it. I'm scared that Elizabeth's not here. Wait, what? What's now?
If you insist.
Please don't...
I can't believe it took this long, by the way, to investigate the staff.
Oh.
Wait, do I need to speak to the ladies one by one?
Mademoiselle, I shall keep my questions brief.
I don't know what else I can tell you.
You have been honest with me so far. All I request is that you continue to do so.
Oui, detective.
Okay, so I do need to speak to these two before doing anything else. Okay. Audio about involvement with the blackmail, but I'm not sure if she is also connected to the Major's murder. They could be one and all the same, maybe? No, that can't be right. Something seems off about it. I don't know why. Something seems off that the blackmail and the murder are related. What happened before you found the Major in his study?
It was frantic in the pantry. We were working hard to make sure everything was up to scratch.
And who can keep the staff all quiet? It's got to be someone with power that the staff would listen to. But then, if they're complaining about the wage, it wouldn't be Cassandra, right? It wouldn't be the person that actually is paying them. It could be somebody else with lots of money.
Go on.
Then Liz burst in, asking for Maman Ray's help.
Her help with what, exactly?
I don't know. She took Liz to one side, and I was needed in the salon. We spoke just after that in the pantry.
You did not question what she needed help with?
It's not really her job to question.
I was too busy. I love Liz, but she sheds a tear at almost everything these days. Although, I have never seen her look so pale.
Looking pale? She didn't. She looked pale when I saw her earlier. I understand the amount of work that goes into keeping a house of this size running, but Madame cannot expect the staff to work as if they're ill. Right.
Merci. I shall return if I have any further questions.
Okie dokie then, Rihanna. We've got some talking to do.
Mademoiselle, I shall be as quick and precise with my questioning as possible.
Okay. What do you need?
First of all, condolences on Luke's passing.
Merci. He was a good man. Taken too early.
Forgive me, mademoiselle, for not extending them earlier, but I was not aware of your relationship.
He was my only brother. And he died doing what he believed was right. If I ever get my hands on who took him from me.
Oh yeah, he died in the strike. It got violent, so it turned into a riot. And we know the Major was very dodgy about that whole riot, that whole strike thing. And he's... Alright, so is this whole thing a motive because of Luke's death was because of the Major? I understand why she's so angry, but for her brother to be taken from this world at such a young age, and in such a violent manner. Violence cannot be met with violence, but I am not sure she feels the same way. Probably not. Yeah, what's going on with the whites at the factory?
You say the riots, but it was the strike he was part of. They started the riots, not the workers.
I mean, we know that.
By they, you are referring to the security forces. They were brought in to keep the peace.
Oh yeah, that was definitely keeping the peace, wasn't it?
Security, huh? They were brought in to make an example of them. It was all peaceful until they arrived.
Why would they need to make an example?
So that the workers would stop rallying. No one is going to go on strike if they think they'll get killed. The security you talk of were armed and ready. The workers were pigs to the slaughter. What chance did they have?
You seem to be well aware about this. She's still upset about her brother's death, and what is so? If the events were as she described, you cannot commend how the security forces were able to get away with such despicable acts of violence. She is very knowledgeable about this. More than you would read in a newspaper. Was she there? Pardon, ma'am. No, we have spoken on this, but you took us to the Major, correct?
Yes.
This
Oh,
was
short
before
street.
or after Archibald took him a bottle of whiskey.
Before.
You are sure?
It may have been after.
It's before or after. Make your mind up.
The whiskey is kept in the cellar with all the alcohol.
It is.
Then you must have noticed him going into the cellar and returning with a bottle through the pantry, no?
Yes, I suppose I did. It must have been before then.
That was very leading of Poirot just pretty much doing it for her. It took only one question for her to doubt her own story. I still cannot see is why the need for the lies. So yeah, tell me about Elizabeth yesterday.
What is there to say? Being locked away in the pantry, I don't see her for most of the day.
That may be, but she came looking for your help before dinner was served, did she not?
She wasn't feeling well, that's all.
And she came to you.
I told you, we are a family here. The girls come to Mama Reh if they have a problem, and I fix it.
When I saw her earlier, I must admit she was not looking herself. Perhaps I should check on her.
No! Just leave the poor girl. She'll be fine after another bowl of my homemade soup. She just needs her rest.
Okay, you got very defensive about that very quickly of telling me what to do. I'm sure she's a loving mother. Loving mother figure to the staff while away from the ferries, but her eagerness to keep me from seeing Elizabeth again does not sit comfortably. I'm a detective. I get to see who the feck I want during this murder inquiry.
Merci, mademoiselle. That is all for now.
Okay, she's definitely done something. For one, she's got a big motive to actually kill the Major. And two, she's just feeling very sus in general, but I don't know who did it. And I'm gonna hate it when I find out who did it, because I'm like, I should have known, I should have figured it out.
Magnifique.
How can either of them forget something so important from only the day before? I still think these two are specifically covering for someone.
I must act.
Okay, not that one, so the crime?
Come, my
No?
little.
Ah, there we go.
The
It's that one.
pieces of the puzzle
Sorry.
are finally coming together.
Yeah, so staff are covering for the real time of death. Both Archibald and Rihanna played the parts very well. That is until they became complacent. Why did their staff feel the need to fabricate stories?
Order and method.
I don't know why I clicked that one. I don't know why I clicked that. So Archibald and Rihanna fabricate the story and staff involved with the murder.
This will not get
No?
me any.
Play the parts. Why do staff feel the need to fabricate their stories? Aha! The staff member impersonated the Major. It wasn't Elizabeth, was
I
it?
should not be surprised by my own skills of deduction.
I almost had to relay their stories back to them both. I obviously cannot truth a word they have said. Why are the staff hiding the truth from me? We're getting so many fucking links, holy crap. Hiding the truth because they're involved with the murder.
Some would say a lucky guess. I would say a moment of genius.
It's a revelation I'd not expected. The staff were involved in the murder. While young Gingy is guilty of her own crimes associated with the blackmail, it is Sterling and Rihanna that have been an integral part in covering up and discovering the truth of how the Major was killed. Uh-oh. They were already suspicious to begin with, but this confirms the involvement. Are all the staff members involved? I'm worried about Elizabeth. Oh, 3 links. I am close to revealing the truth about the Major's murder, but I must understand the roles that each and every person involved played before the final puzzle was solved. Okay. So I'm just going to do some reading here. I won't read things out loud, and I will need to BRB soon to get a drink. And also to take this hoodie off, because it's starting to get really warm in here. Right. In fact, I shall do that now. I'm going to be right back, everyone, so please bear with me.